Did anybody say to you guys, like, are you crazy?
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
So many people. Like, I think almost everybody we told. Because it was like, you did what?
Yeah.
And you've
been there?
You've been there? We're like, no. And they're like, and you bought in? We're like, yes. How did you do that? And then we would kind of get that started with it. And they were just amazed. I think people are still amazed that we actually did it. Hi, everybody. I'm Amy.
And I'm Jeff.
And we are from Canada. And we are currently sitting in our brand new apartment in Salir de Porto. And we are the most recent guests on the podcast with Dylan.
Welcome back, or welcome to another episode of Portugal, The Simple Life. And it's a really happy one for me. It's another edition of My Home in Portugal. I'm here with Jeff and Amy.
Yes.
Guys,
Hello.
welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, we're excited to be here and happy to be here.
Yes.
Happy to be here as well. Tell us, first of all, where we are right now.
We are in our new home apartment in Salir de Porto. And as you can see, the beautiful backdrop, that's our view every day, all day. It's awesome. We love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's almost like surreal. Like we can't believe, because we waited so long. It just seemed like it took from start to finish, just because we were still working. We weren't retired yet. We just dove in and we committed, and so excited to have done that. But just, the waiting, it was like it was just never getting here. And then when it gets here, you can't believe it. Yeah.
It's emotions.
Wave of emotions for sure. But like now we're on the high of it, and it's amazing. Just no regrets.
Yeah. And finally, it feels like home.
Mm-hmm.
So you've started to think we don't want to retire here.
Right.
How did Portugal get on your
Portugal
on your
come
radar?
up with the magazine I used to get, International Living.
Okay.
And Portugal was every year was number one place to retire in the world. And Silver Coast kept coming up. And this guy in the magazine talked about the Silver Coast. And then, so she's on YouTube, and then she sees you talking about the Silver Coast one day. And she said, this sounds great.
I'm all about, this might sound weird, but I'm all about vibes. And I just feel that I can get a good read of a person. So when we started doing research on, the internet and YouTube and things, and like Jeff said, you popped up. So when we started watching some of your podcasts, I just said to Jeff, and it was almost instant. I said to Jeff, I just love this man's vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you just had such a great vibe about you. And it was still a leap of faith, because you could be anybody.
Yeah.
You could be
a good actor.
Right?
Still
you
could be.
never know.
Still
Right?
could
Yeah.
be. You never know.
So I it was just bizarre, but I just said I really like his vibe, and I said I'm going to reach out and see what happens. I did, and you got back to me within a day, I think. I don't even know if it was 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then the ball started rolling from there. But, meeting you online, right, with, I think, Nuno.
Yeah.
I think we met with the lawyer.
Nuno was later on down the line.
Yeah, a little bit later, right?
Can you remember the first video that you saw?
Yes.
What was it about?
Oh my gosh.
You were...
was it a property video, or was it actually the podcast?
No, it was a property video.
Okay.
Okay.
It was a little property video, and then...
was it the one in Sully? Was it here?
Yeah, and when you were driving through a town or something, and you honked and waved at this lady.
Yes!
Okay.
You have such a good memory.
That's
Gotcha.
the one. You were
I remember that. And then we have lunch at some restaurant.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, that was up on the ridge between Nazare and San Martino.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
good
what it was.
memory.
Yes.
Okay.
He's so good. He's so good.
And that took you to the podcast.
Yes.
So this is full circle.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
It really
but
is.
that's the first one we saw of you.
Yeah.
And it was... She's like, yep, that's the guy right there. That was you.
Because there's lots of other real estate agents, but, you're doing great work. And I think, reaching out on social media and being visible and active, it makes, it for you, like, that's how you got us.
Yeah.
And then we met you, and then it was just solid, you know what I mean? Then it was like, okay, we made the right decision.
Yeah.
But still, passing over whatever it was, 50,000 or 53,000 euro, you're still...
It's a big leap of faith.
It's a big leap.
We've never been here.
No.
That's right. So let's go.
So,
let's take the next step. So you've seen the podcast.
Yep.
It was then, that was the South African side of me contacting you within 24 hours. It's always been,
that's right.
It was a Portuguese, maybe a bit longer, and then we had a Zoom call.
Yep.
Talk about that research. Obviously, you're doing everything. It's on paper.
Yeah.
It's kind of all hypothetical
Yep.
videos, pictures.
Yep.
But what is that kind of, let's just say on paper, were the things that you in your research looked at and went, yeah, this looks like the place that we want to be. Yeah.
Safety,
so safety,
healthcare, cost of living was big. Weather. Now, we toyed with the weather thing, but we don't want to be hot all the time.
Yeah.
So that's why we chose the Silver Coast, not
The Algarve.
the Algarve. All my research said, Algarve's hot.
Because Algarve for golf.
Yes.
It's good.
It's
You're
fantastic.
like in paradise. It's a Disneyland for golfers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we want, we come from Canada with 4 seasons. Well, we want 2 seasons, right? And this is perfect up here. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not too hot, not too cold.
Somewhere in the
We get a little break from heat. You get a nice. So this is wintertime now. This is a magnificent fall at home. This would be paradise at home, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a great decision for us. Like we have no regrets. We love it here. Pretty much almost everything about it, really.
Yeah.
Did anybody say to you guys, like, are you crazy?
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Your brother,
Yeah.
probably.
So many people. Like I think almost everybody we told, because it was like, you did what?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you've
Never
been there? We're like, no. And they're like, and you bought in? We're like, yes. How did you do that? And then we would try to get that started with it. And they were just amazed. I think people are still amazed that we actually did it.
Absolutely.
Now they need to come and see it and go, okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, more and more people now, since we've done this, are that we know, like they've actually vacationed over here now. People that, they've probably never come here before, but let's go see Portugal now. Like there's so many people we talk to from our old golf course back home, friends, family that have, taken the trip over here now. And they're like, wow, Portugal's awesome.
It's pretty special.
It is.
We would just say to people that are listening and watching, like, this might sound corny, but you have to find somebody that you trust.
Yeah.
And, we feel incredibly lucky and blessed, honestly, to have met you. And again, it was by happenstance. We came across you on YouTube. So, like, if you're thinking about coming to Portugal and you want to check out the Silver Coast, like, we would highly recommend Dylan and his team. And Nuno was great. And so meeting Nuno and having that meeting, Zoom, and him explaining things, it was still a leap of faith, though. But we drove into this area, and when we drove, because our hotel was in São Martinho, they're just down the hill. And when we drove into that town, we couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like, we were like, oh my God, we're going to live here? This is crazy. Like, what? Because it literally...
It was a wow moment.
It really was. Yeah. It's so beautiful. Like, and I know, like, that sounds, really, no, it's that beautiful. Yeah. And we know we didn't live in São. We're just up here on the hill in Salir, but we're like, wow, we can ride bikes here. We can take our scooters down. Like, this is amazing. Yeah. It was, seriously, you're right. It was a wow moment.
Yeah.
Looking for a home in Portugal? This break in Portugal, the Simple Life podcast, is brought to you by Dylan and his team of certified realtors at Portugal Realty. Portugal Realty offers the exclusive Simple Life homebuyer program. Visit portugalrealty.com today and book your free call to find out more. Welcome to the Simple Life.
Then we came here.
Yep.
To the site.
Come to the site. And it was just basically cement slabs. Yeah. The shell was built. Yeah. All in cement, and
we came up.
We met you. Yeah, you.
Put our hard hats
at your
on.
office. We drove here.
Somebody cried. I'm not going to say who it was. At that moment, was it relief? Was it? We were right.
I suppose a little bit of relief then. Oh my God, this is real.
We didn't screw up. No, seriously, like I think it was just a range of emotions. Yeah. It was a wow. Yeah. It was a relief. It was exciting. It was like, oh my gosh, pinch, like we really did this. We took that leap of faith, and it's beautiful here. Yeah. Beautiful. And then when we came up, we were able to come up here
onto the balcony.
The balcony out here, yes.
Onto this balcony, and I think we were literally in awe. Yeah, it was like, oh my gosh. Yeah. It was still far away, right? Like it was,
Yeah, well, there were no bricks at that stage.
Oh yeah, no, it was just wide open. Just cement slabs. Yeah.
But it was like, this will be our reality eventually, you know, just we had to be patient.
How does it feel now that it's done?
Oh, incredible. The place is beautiful.
Was it
Was
what you imagined it would be?
Oh,
I'd say
for sure.
and more, because I think when you come in, when there's no like plaster or, you know, it's hard to really get a feel for size. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, this doesn't look very big. You know, and so you go, oh my God. But now that it's finished and you walk in and go, wow, like it's as big as what we need. I mean, would we, you know, are there certain things that we would change if we could? Yeah, there's always that, right? But overall, we're thrilled.
Our living space is, it's beautiful. The finishes are fantastic.
Yeah.
The quality of workmanship it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, you mentioned cost of living, just to shed some light. I mean, in terms of just council tax, utilities, going out to eat, groceries. How does this all compare to Canada?
Food, going out to a restaurant, much cheaper. Oh my gosh. We can go out for dinner, have a couple of drinks, bottle of wine, 2 beers, whatever, for 40 euros.
Yeah.
At home, that's $200 Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah. 150.
Yeah.
150 for sure, right? Bottle of wine, a couple of beers, and
150 for sure.
And two, for sure.
How's the wine? How's the wine?
Oh my gosh,
we haven't had a bad one.
No.
And you know, like it's funny because we would tell people like, no, they're $1.67 here. Like you can get them for under €2 for a bottle of wine, and they're like, no way. And it was funny, like when my aunt and my sister came, we went into the grocery stores and they were just like astounded. They're like, oh my gosh, it's true. Like, yes, like, and they're good.
They're fantastic.
Cheaper than water.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Cheaper than water and pop, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we
go
for dinner, get a half liter of wine it's $2.30 for a half liter.
And the medical side of things, you've had to do a bit of
we're just starting that process right now.
Yes.
And how's that compared in terms of cost, in terms of the process? Has it been
well, the cost
what you hoped it would be?
Well, the cost, we signed up for the private for MGen. So in Canada, you don't pay anything except for all your taxes. So that part of it, and it's very reasonable, we think, for both of us. Yeah. What is it, 142 euros a month?
Yeah.
For both of us.
For private.
That's for private. We think you can't beat that.
Right.
And everyone we talk to says it's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Right?
Like when we called, like I called up to get the ball rolling, and I said, like, we need to find a doctor and dentist and those things. And, I had appointments for both of us within 2 days.
Yeah.
And, and we hear from many of the friends that we've met here now that, like, it's, if you need something, and, whether it be a screening, a mammogram, or whatever the colonoscopy, whatever the case may be, you're not waiting months and months. Like, you're getting in within 2 weeks. Like, it's unbelievable. That just doesn't happen at home. It takes a lot longer.
No.
So.
Yeah, I don't know how many, we have millions and millions of people back in Canada that don't even have a doctor. Can't get one, there's not enough.
Have you got plans to visit any other parts of the country?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Tell me what's on your list.
Let's see. Well, we want to go to Porto. We haven't been up to Porto yet.
Yes, so we want, Porto,
So
Porto,
So we're going to take a trip up to Porto, and there's just so many places. And we've been to a few. We went to Galega.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Nice place.
Yeah, had a blast there.
Not far from here.
No, hour 15, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but we loved it there. It was a big horse town, right?
Yeah.
So we both love horses, so that was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Sintra.
Yeah, we've been to Sintra. Yeah. Beautiful place. Yeah.
Well, we love Obidos. I mean, that's not far from here, but we love Obidos.
Got to go there now. That'll get you into the Christmas
spirit.
Yes.
The villa.
Yeah, everything's up now.
Yeah. Right?
All the
so we love that.
Lights.
And of course Nazare, right? But it's funny, we went one time and the waves were, huge. And then when we had family come in,
nothing.
And it was like, what is going on? And it'd be like a super windy day, and you'd think that the waves would be. No, it's not the case.
No, wind and waves don't go well together.
No. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so it was like
a good combo.
Yeah, things you learn along the way.
Yeah.
You've just said in terms of the visa process, get somebody that knows what they're doing to help you.
Yeah.
What other advice would you give to people that want to do what you've done?
it's worth it.
To the people watching and listening to this podcast, like, we were not paid for this. Honestly, like, our biggest thing is fine if you're coming. If this is a thought that you're having and you think you might want to come and live in Portugal, Silver Coast is a beautiful place, and we highly recommend Dylan, because we are living proof of it. Yeah. We did take a leap of faith with you, because like I said, you could have been anybody, but it worked out tremendously. You've always been there for us through the process. Like I said, could reach out to you anytime, text you, call you, WhatsApp. WhatsApp has been amazing too. And you just walked us through the process, and it's real, because like, we are living proof. Yeah. So call Dylan from Portugal Realty, and you're going to be set. He'll find you a place.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Why does Portugal feel like home?
I think it's how we make it feel like home. I really do. Like, I can say too, though, that like, the Portuguese people have been great. We love their culture. We love their food. We love your wine. Yeah. You're wonderful. Like I said, so many of the Portuguese people that we've met in industry and cafes and things have been fantastic. I don't care if it's Leroy Merlin. We're going to go, we're shopping for plugs.
Just wait until you get invited to one of their homes.
Oh, that hasn't happened yet.
Don't eat before. And be prepared to drink a lot of wine.
Well, my sister-in-law, I have a sister-in-law who's Portuguese back home, married to my brother Brad, and they're wonderful people, people, and that's exactly right. Like, it's like their home is your home, and feed everybody, and so we kind of had some experience. Yeah, the great Portuguese people. But
when you go to Brad and Louisa's, and she's cooking, there's 12, 15, she cooks for 30.
They have a saying in Portugal. We can always
good. They have
a saying in Portugal, loosely translated. We can always put more water in the soup. Like, there's always enough for everybody. Which is cool. Yeah. And for you, why does it feel like home?
It just feels so comforting here. It's a beautiful, beautiful countryside. Mm-hmm. Even when we just go for a walk or drive, it just feels so soothing and comfortable. Mm-hmm. And just going to the grocery stores, just going to a restaurant feels comfortable. Yeah, that's my description of it. Very comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. Well, thank you for having me in your home. It's really wonderful to be here. Thank you for trusting me in this journey.
Yeah. Thank you for everything you've done.
Happy that it's
our back.
Always. And thank you for being on the podcast.
You're welcome.
Full circle.
Yeah, for sure. That's right. It absolutely
we
has
might have
been.
to do another one in 10 years or 5 years.
Sounds
5 years later.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And for now, I'm going to let you call it.
All right.
And that's a wrap.
So thank you once again to our guests, and thank you to all of you for listening. Please subscribe, share with your friends, give us a thumbs up, and please leave a comment or a review. We always love to hear from you. Don't forget, Portugal The Simple Life also has a magazine, so download it. It's for free. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode, and as we say in Portugal, sejas bem-vindo. Welcome to The Simple Life.